What's up, you absolutely wonderful Magento loving friends of mine? Joseph here from SwiftOtter with yet another Challenger Expert status question. This one is going to be interesting as sometimes it is the easiest solutions for the hardest problems. And this is actually a true story. A couple of years ago, I was tasked with finding out why these orders were sometimes not showing up on the front end. And I was like, I'm gonna be a really good debugger. I'm gonna step in here. I'm gonna figure this sucker out. I got in there, and 4 hours later, I found out it was a fairly easy solution to a difficult problem. So that memory has stuck with me for many years, and it is today that I am recently I was reminded about this, and today I bring you this very question. So I would love to jump in immediately, but one thing I want to say is I have to, due to my schedule, I have to record this video before I see your answers. And I honestly have been loving this recently. You have been sharpening me as far as teaching me new things, new considerations when we're talking about maybe more of an architectural problem. I love this. This is really good stuff, and I appreciate the comments, the feedback that you have all thrown out. It's appreciated. It's read by me, and I really like seeing all of this stuff. So, great engagement, great conversation. It is really good for me. So big love to all of you who have taken the time to answer these questions. And I hope that you find it just as beneficial as I find it when I am studying or working to come up with the answers for these questions. So let's jump in and see what is this question all about. All right, here we go. You are working with a customer who reports that some orders are missing from the customer count. Customer service has verified that these orders do exist in the database. However, they report that once the order ships, the order reappears in the customer account. Now, this is weird. How do you fix this? This is exactly, as I was saying, the problem that I had. Well, let's take a look at these answers here. A, override the Magento order lookup filter to ensure all orders are shown. Now, maybe there's a custom filter lookup that's causing a problem. Okay. B, switch the order status to be visible on the front end. Is there really even such a thing as a visible status sort of thing? That sounds suspicious. Ensure full page caching is disabled for the customer account. That maybe is possible. Maybe it's something about some module's got full page caching enabled on the customer account area, and the shipping page is, or shipping event actually then flushes some of the cache tags out. So let's look at each one of these individually and examine its credence. So the first one, override the Magento order lookup filter. So I dug through the code, and here's what I found. So let's back up and let's see where I'm at here. This is in vendor, Magento module sales block, order history right here. This is the block. Magento did not follow their own very best practices of using view models here, which have been pretty nice, but they didn't, alas. So we see here it says get orders. Well, very good. We have get orders, and this is what powers that list of orders shown in my account. All right, so we see if the customer session, if there's no customer ID in the customer session, we're going to return false, right? We have no orders to do. However, if the order cache, the class, yeah. If that has not been set, then we're going to go through here. We see the order collection factory create, add field to select. It's going to grab all fields here, add field to filter status. Ooh, now we're talking about something here. Wait. Get visible on front statuses? Wait. Come on. What's going on here? We have our statuses, get collection, item, get data visible front. But where is this set? I will show you. Here, if we come into the admin under stores, order status is a fancy little checkbox here. All right, menu item that is actually pretty easy to miss, and this is the order status right here. Well, on each one of them is even easier thing to miss, and that is where it says it was received, or this is our status code, and then default status, invisible, and storefront. Now, there's a whole bunch we can go into on this. What I like about this expert question here is this is not just about for developers. This is also for my business-focused people, sales, project managers, account managers, you name it. If you're on more the business side of the house, this question is relevant for you too. So I think we just kind of answered this question. I think we did. Because look at this. Switch the order status to be visible on the front end. Visible on storefront right here. And in fact, this was the very solution to this problem. Believe it or not. We had created, we or they, I can't remember who created this, a new status, and this was set to be visible on storefront as no. Now, what value does this have? Now, I think a great example here is pending payment. So once in a workflow where you are transferred, once you click, you have a payment method, and I think a lot of, if I remember correctly, a lot of European websites have this for bank transfers. So you click place order at the end of your workflow, and then it redirects you, or I think it's slightly different word for that. I don't remember the name of that button, but click on the place order button, and it actually takes you to this other bank website. You do your transfer, fill in the information, then it takes you back to Magento. Well, when you actually clicked place order on that checkout page, it actually did create an order, and it was probably put into pending payment. But because you hadn't actually submitted the order, at the end of the day, you really didn't want to see that in your account, right? I mean, it's not an actual complete order because otherwise that'd be confusing to the customer, thus visible on storefront. Folks, this threw me for a loop. Maybe it doesn't throw anyone of you for a loop. And if it might be something of interest, then hopefully, like you haven't seen this before, heard of this before, then hopefully it'll save you some debugging time here in the future as that comes up. Folks, I hope this was helpful for you. Remember, if an order does not appear in my account, it could be because visible on storefront is unchecked. See you next week.